Kumon in Carlisle, and we're with Leslie. Leslie, fire away. Tell us what it's all about.
Kumon is an after-school tuition service for maths and English, but it's much more than that. It also helps children of all ages, from 4 up to 17, improve their persistence, resilience, all those soft skills, excuse me, that you need for life, and develops a growth mindset. They learn how to take risks in their learning, and they learn some self-discipline of doing a little bit of work every day, and it's that wonderful satisfaction of knowing you've achieved something for yourself. And why wouldn't you want to do that?
What ages do you bring in, Leslie?
Starting from 3 up to, they say 16. I have got a 17-year-old student at the moment. And any age is really, because it's not done by age, it's done by ability. So you assess the student and then you start the work from there.
Right, and with regards to your location, you're based in Carlisle,
yes.
You're on Park
House Business Park,
Business
across
Park,
from Asda.
The big Asda in Carlisle.
Yeah.
Do you take kids all the way through the year, or is it just in term time?
Oh no, all the way through the year. Whenever parents want to give it a go, we would let them try it out for a week, and then they can sign up at any time, they can leave at any time. There's no contract that they have to be in, and no fee that they would lose if they left early.
Right, and with regards to the curriculum,
yeah,
it's maths and English, isn't it?
It's maths and English. It doesn't follow the national curriculum, which is in schools, but it follows, for the maths, it's from the very starting stages of early number, and it goes all up to GCSE maths from the algebra side. So they become very, very competent at mental maths and all the algebra, which then when they get to secondary school gives them more bandwidth to then cope with science and other subjects to apply that maths. Same for the English programme, starts from teaching children to read, goes all the way up through reading comprehension by the time they get up to secondary school, up to GCSE, how to summarise passages, how to critically think about passages. So that helps them for whatever year group they're in and their GCSEs. And there's also a lot of grammar included as well, and they have to write their answers, so they learn how to formulate that in writing.
Right, and with regards to COVID restrictions, people coming, travelling, physically coming in, do you do stuff online specifically?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Before COVID, obviously, everybody came to the centre, but since COVID, I've been doing Zoom sessions every day, and they've worked really, really well. And now we're going to have the hybrid approach, so we'll have Zoom sessions and we'll have centre sessions. So if people don't want to come to a centre or don't want to travel, I can support their students online every week. If they want to come to centre, that's fine. So
basically, any student, you haven't got to live in Carlisle to come here.
No, not at all. No.
But now with Zoom, with technology, no matter where people are on the planet, and others 600 centres plus in the UK,
yes,
and probably 7,000 worldwide. I don't know how many is the worldwide?
There's more than 4 million students doing Kumon at the moment.
4 million, but they can all come to you.
No, I'm not in competition with the other Kumon centres. What I would suggest, if people are seeing this from outside Cumbria, I would look and see where your nearest Kumon centre is and support them. But yeah, technically, we do Zoom sessions. There is a centre in Whitehaven and a centre in Barrow, so please look out for them. They've been established longer than us here. But yeah, you don't have to live in the area. I've got students now who live in Scotland who do Zoom every week.
Right, fantastic. With regards to fees, payments, have they got to be committed for the period of time, or can students opt in and out? How does it work?
They can opt in and opt out. That's the way I run it. I see it as we're providing a service for them to try. If it works for them, fine. If they do it for a while and for whatever reason it's not for them, or circumstances change, or they don't want to do it, they can opt out. So what happens is they pay for the month, and like to get them on to standing order or direct debit, but if at any time they leave, then they just stop the payments, so there's no fee attached to that.
Right, fantastic. So how do people physically how do people get into contact with you? How can you contact Kumon Carlisle?
If they Google Kumon Carlisle, or even Google Kumon and then put in Carlisle, it will come up. There's a Facebook group as well, the telephone number's on there, the website, and they'll be able to contact that way, and I will get back to them as quickly as I can.
Fantastic. And your background? Because obviously, I mean, like I know Kumon's a franchise, but it helps if someone's got a bit of knowledge, skills, and sort of like knows what they're talking about. If people know what they're talking about. What's your background, Leslie?
My background is teaching.
Ooh, cool.
I've taught for over 20 years, and I looked into opening a Kumon Centre in the Carlisle area way back about 15, 20 years ago, but my son was little and I didn't want to risk not having a job in case it didn't take off very, very quickly. Now he's at uni, this is my chance, and this is what I've wanted to do because I think there's a real need for something in the area. I'm loving it. To me, it's the best form of teaching. You get to work one-to-one with students of all ages. You get to help them move on. You get that satisfaction of seeing that they can do it. And it's all about caring for them and caring for them, learning for themselves. I say to them, you're doing this for you, not for me, not for your mum and your dad. This is going to help you. And often at the start, I have students who are worried about getting things wrong. Oh, don't tell my mum and dad I got that wrong. Oh, I can't do this. So they think it's a negative spiral, and gradually we get them out of that, and they realise that it's okay to get things wrong. They're not going to get into trouble. If they haven't got their homework done, they're not going to get into trouble. We carry on from there.
It's a learning curve.
It's a total learning curve. It's all about a growth mindset.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I talk about a learning pit with them of whatever we're doing every day. Even for us, we could set off and come to work and our car breaks down and we fall in this pit and like, oh no, we can either stay in there and cry all day long, or we can get ourselves on and get on with the day. And it's a bit like that for learning. Whatever they're learning, whichever skill or concept they're learning, initially it's like, yeah, I can do this. Oh no, I can't, and they fall in this pit. And it's about learning how to get yourself out by being resilient, by trying different strategies, by taking a risk, and then you get to the top and it's like, yeah, I did it, and I did it for myself.
You love this job.
I absolutely love it.
You can tell.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, I do.
Right, you know what? This is shy Leslie.
I know.
Doesn't really I don't know what to say. Right, we're going to have a little zoom around wee little zoom around the room, and you can show us the actual setup what you've got here, Les.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, no problem at all. Right, so this is the classroom area. When the students come in, because we've got social distancing now, obviously we won't have as many in at one time as we would have done before COVID. And so at the moment we've got tables spaced out for 6 students in at a time. I think we can possibly move the tables again and maybe get 9 in at a time. Even though it's a classroom setup, they're not being taught in a classroom way, so I don't stand at the front, or my staff don't stand at the front teaching everybody. What we do, we go around and we support children individually. So at any one time in here, there can be students of all ages doing maths or doing English. And we would go, and what will happen, they will have their workout ready on the table, and we will stand and observe them doing their work and see how they approach it. And we won't intervene unless we think they need some support or a bit of a pointer as to what to do. And what the Kumon expression is, you wait with expectation, which I think is fantastic. You expect them to get it right. You don't expect them to get it wrong and then say, oh, you couldn't do that. There's no negativity in Kumon at all. It's all positivity about what they can do and us looking for the next can do, the next positive step for them. And then what would have happened before COVID, they would have finished their work and we would have had separate marking tables where staff would have marked. Now what we're going to do is live mark, so as they're doing their work, somebody will be marking it so that we can keep the social distancing, and we can, when these students have finished, we can get the next lot of students in.
Okay. So just show us round then, and then.
Okay, so we've got a one-way system now, so that's why the screens have been positioned like this. So the students will be collected at the door, handed over from the parents, and myself or my staff will sign them in, safeguarded. And then they will come in this way, and they'll be directed to a table that they will sit at for the whole time that they do their work, which will probably take maximum half an hour. Usually Kumon's about 20 minutes, half an hour. If they're doing dual subjects, if they're doing maths and English, obviously twice that. And then obviously when they've finished, they will follow the arrows and go out this way, and we will hand them over to the parents. What happens as well, if they come to the centre, they do their work here. Obviously we give them the work for the next week. If they're not coming to the centre, I'll do a Zoom session with them once a week, or maybe quick Zoom session more than that if needed, and I actually deliver the work or post the work out.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Right, Leslie, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
bit more to see. You've got the staff office, etc.
Yep, this is where all the resources are. This used to be the parent waiting area, but because of COVID we're not allowed to have one anymore. So we've moved all the resources into here to free up more space in the classroom area for the children. So these are all the maths resources, and those ones are all the English resources, and this is where I do the Zoom.
Excellent. Right, Leslie, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. And Kumon Carlisle, find them.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thumbs
Give it a
up. Yes.